Okay, so Debito, in the news now, there's all this stuff about the new IC cards, the new gaijin cards.
Yep.
And I mean, it sounds pretty good. We've got visas being
the sweetener.
Yeah, we've got visa durations going up to 5 years from 3. We don't have to faff about going to local offices anymore. We can do it all centrally at the immigration unit and things. It all sounds very convenient. What's the problem?
Does it? Let's start with those local... you can't go to your local town and take care of a lot of the stuff now. You've got to go to the local immigration bureau. There's only 65 offices around the country, 47 prefectures and 65 offices, less than 1 per prefecture. Guess what? If you live in a remote place, you're going to take a day off work and go and do it. You live in a remote part of Hokkaido, part of Okinawa, other places that you have to drive to a major city. Try explaining that one to your boss. Sorry, boss, I got to take a day off work. Why? Because I moved house. So what? Or, I just got married, boss. I got to go take a day off work because I got married to report this to immigration. I'll tell you, when I worked at that trading company, they were very unsympathetic with the fact that I had to go and pay the gaijin reentry tax, just the reentry permit thing. They said, "What do you need to do that for?" They said, "Be back here in an hour or else you're fired." It's like, what? Okay, bye. So anyway, there was that sort of stringency. It's a little bit unusual, but the point is still, I don't see any more convenience there, where you're centralizing everything behind the national government. In fact, the reason why you're centralizing it behind the national government is they want to make sure that local governments don't have the autonomy to grant any more gaijin cards. Because when you do have local governments with the autonomy to do that, there have been cases where they're granting the cards to people that are seeking asylum or that have expired visas, because there are certain circumstances that the local government has taken on their own recognizance to say, okay, this person still needs social services. Their kids got to enroll in school, they got to open bank accounts so they can receive a salary, etc., etc. And so it says on their gaijin cards, Zaidu Shikaku Nashi, which is no status of residence. Well, as long the police, or rather immigration, doesn't want that to happen anymore, so they're saying, okay, we're not going to allow overstayers, but we're also not going to allow refugees or people that are applying for refugee status to have gaijin cards anymore. So it's certainly not more convenient for them. There's one thing. Now, the thing that I object to the most about this is, of course, these chips inside there. Now, as you know, everybody has a chip inside their credit card and their passport by now, so what's the problem, right? Yeah, but not everybody has to carry gaijin cards. If it was a universal system, it might be defensible, but the Japanese populace has already revolted a number of times whenever they've tried to say, okay, we're going to try to control you, or at least try to register you better universally. There was the JukiNet cards, where they said, we're going to make sure that everybody has an 11-figure number so you can be identified universally anywhere. Enormous uproar. Even the Supreme Court for a time ruled that it was unconstitutional, invasion of privacy. That was later rectified properly, so people are going to be able to have those JukiNet cards. But there's no criminal penalty if you don't have the JukiNet card. There is no universal ID in Japan and there's no criminal penalty if you don't carry it. It's only for foreigners. Now, the reason why I see chips in particular, this is where the tinfoil hat goes on here, right?
Yes.
The problem with the IC card is, and it's been acknowledged by immigration, I called them, that it can be tracked remotely. Right now they say 3 to 5 centimeters, but once it is possible to do this without contact, it's only a matter of degree. And the record right now, with a big-ass antenna, to be sure, right, is 20 meters. 20 meters will cover a city block.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are able to develop technology, and Japan is a world leader at doing just that, you're going to be able to scan crowds and see where the foreigners are. I mean, you can already, the computer geeks can already, with their laptops, and something you can buy online, scan your credit card and see who's holding what right now. You can look at that online. Go to my blog. So already the technology exists. It's only a matter of time and degree. Okay, so what happens? I don't have a gaijin card. And RFID chip or not, if some cop's like saying, wait a minute, there's a white boy, scan him and see who he is, see if his visa's valid. He doesn't show up. Oh, maybe he's illegal. Stop me and say, okay, show us your ID. It's like, wait, I don't have to show you ID. Have I done something wrong? Well, it's just a matter of walking while foreign or foreign looking, right? This is going to actually encourage police targeting of people, and not only from a sort of like, you can't be alone in a crowd anymore. It's going to actually be, okay, follow the blips, like the aliens in not Terminator, but in Alien 2, right?
Yes.
Where you have, okay, man, game over, man, it's over there. It's like, meep, meep, meep. Hey, they're inside the room, man. It's like, come on, it's not that far from the science fiction anymore. It's very easy to do this now. So I don't approve of that. If you're going to do it only targeting foreigners, you're going to encourage even more racial profiling, and it's going to just say, okay, foreigners are untrustworthy, they need more policing, you need to make sure that you keep tabs on them all the time. That's the very reason why we have gaijin cards, and it's just going to get worse with the tracking and policing.
Right. So how likely is it that this is going to pass into law? I mean, hearing you talk about it, it sounds completely preposterous, actually.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't affect everybody. That's why it's not so preposterous to everybody. It's only preposterous to the people that care about the human rights of people that, don't affect their lives. If this was happening to all Japanese, it would be outrageous. It's not, for that very reason. And the people that have a degree of political power, for example, the Zainichi Koreans and their groups, it's not happening to them either. It's only happening to the powerless, right? The point is that if Japanese wouldn't stand for it, why do you enforce it on the foreigners? It's not fair.
So, I mean, it sounds like we're right on the cusp of having these laws revised. Is there anything that we can do to, stop the passage of these laws? Or
talk to your spouses, friends, etc. about it. Make them aware. There are some Asahi Shimbun articles you can download from my site and hand to them and say, now wait a minute, this is something funny going on here. You can go every Tuesday and Friday for the rest of the extra time allotted to the current diet session. There will be demonstrations from, I think, 9:30 until 12:30, where it's a sit-in demonstration in front of the diet building. Go to Kokkai Gijido Mai. There will be labor unions there. There'll be a megaphone. You can speak. You don't have to speak. You can just be a warm body. But people will be demonstrating against this, as they should. See a diet member when you're doing the demonstration, give them the hairy eyeball, right? You can also write your diet member. I mean, you can't vote, I know, but you can still say, I don't like this. You can also there are labor unions that are getting involved in this. There's Ijuren, there's Amnesty International, there's all sorts of NGOs around. Go to my blog, look around. I'll give you information on what to do. Already on my blog, there's groups you can contact. In my last Japan Times article, there I gave information about groups you can contact. Get involved. You don't necessarily have to give a lot of time, but any little time, even just an email to your local diet member's office. All of them have emails. I'm just saying, look, I live here, I don't like this, or have your spouse do it if doing it in Japanese is too mendokusai, or have your friend do it for you. But in any case, just don't take it lightly. If you're quiet about it and you don't do anything about it, it's going to pass because people think you don't care.